Coming up on Lexington Now, it's time to get around the table. We've got lots of events going on downtown and Lexington's Victims Advocate's Office. This and more up next on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Sherelle Roberts, and welcome to another edition of Lexington Now, where we give you an inside look at what's going on around the urban county government. Well, there is nothing like sitting down with friends around a table and sharing a good meal and conversation. That truth is the premise behind a new initiative that was recently launched, designed to get the residents of Lexington talking about ideas and ways to make our city even better.
Bluegrass Community Foundation is Kentucky's oldest community foundation, and for the past 49 years, the Community Foundation has connected generosity of local donors with community needs by making grants to nonprofit organizations working to improve Lexington and the many communities we serve across central and eastern Kentucky. Since 1967, the Community Foundation has awarded more than $68 million in grant funding to thousands of nonprofit organizations, including $6.5 million in 2016. As we look towards our 50th anniversary in August, one of the ways we're celebrating this milestone is by reimagining the public square in Lexington with an initiative called On the Table. On the Table is an opportunity to gather around a table with friends, neighbors, colleagues, and maybe a few people we're meeting for the first time to talk about the issues, big and small, that impact our quality of life and that of Lexington. And On the Table is as simple as what you see around us today. We have one table of students from STEAM Academy. We have a table of neighborhood friends and advocates. We have a table of emerging professionals and civic leaders from Leadership Lexington. And we have a table of families and neighbors behind us. On Wednesday, March 15th, everyone in Lexington, Fayette County is invited to come together in small groups of 8 to 12 for substantive mealtime conversations to discuss not only what's great about Lexington, but how we can make it even better. Our goal is to have at least 5,000 local citizens participate in these thought-provoking conversations, which we hope will cultivate new relationships and connections, generate ideas, and even inspire bold solutions. We expect thousands more to participate via social media using the project hashtag #OnTheTableLex. If you live, work, or attend school, or just love Lexington, you're invited to host or attend a mealtime conversation. There is no fee to participate, and On the Table is, as you can see, not just for adults. Families, youth, and schools are encouraged to join too. On March 15th, On the Table conversations will take place all over Lexington, anytime and anywhere that day, over breakfast, lunch, dinner, break time, over coffee, cocktails, or dessert, and anywhere, including homes, offices, schools, the government center perhaps, places of worship, community locations, and restaurant. It's entirely up to each host. Every participant will have the opportunity to also participate in a post-conversation survey, and the Community Foundation will issue a report on those results.
I want to encourage everyone to put on an On the Table group. Put it together in your home, at church, or over lunch at work. Then on March 15th, as Lisa said, take a break from March Madness and take time to talk about our city. Our schools, yes, traffic, what we're doing, our comprehensive plan, what we're doing, what we're not doing, what we can improve, whatever you like. Let's get it all on the table so we can make good decisions for the future.
So every year, as a part of Leadership Lexington program, a leadership development program through Commerce Lexington, small groups have to create a project to enhance Lexington. Last year, I attended a Commerce Lexington leadership trip as an emerging leader and heard about how Charleston young professionals were rolling out an innovative project to involve more young professionals in the growth management decisions. They hosted robust conversations about a generation that is often being talked about. Where do young people want to live? Where are young people moving? What kind of jobs do young people want? What kind of amenities do young people need? The Leadership Lexington class envisioned a project to engage more young professionals in these long-range plans for our city that we care so much about. The project partnership is a perfect opportunity for us to be involved in such meaningful discussions.
Comprehensive plan is the community's chance, our guide, to decide what, as a community, we want for our city, what we love about it, what we want to see more of, what we want to preserve, what we don't like, as the mayor mentioned, our traffic, some of our other headaches that go along, and what we think is essential for maintaining our high quality of life. Lexington has a long and strong, proud history of great urban planning, from the country's first urban services area, to great parks and a great trail system, to our farmland preservation, and our increased focus on infill and redevelopment projects. What has allowed these ideas to go from simply an idea at a table to a great program that's recognized across the country is public input. And that's really what On the Table is about.
And so next week, in our efforts to support this effort as well, we're going to be launching a program called Give 10 in support of pulling these collaborative talks together, where you as a community will have the opportunity to support our schools by giving up to 10 hours a month in developing your skills and helping our students develop their skills.
Whereas the Lexington Division of Planning, Bluegrass Community Foundation, Leadership Lexington, and Fayette County Public Schools have worked together to plan On the Table, an opportunity for citizens to come together in small groups, break bread, and discuss their city. And whereas the Bluegrass Community Foundation, which is celebrating its 50th anniversary in August 2017, will gain direction for its future from On the Table discussions, and whereas On the Table discussions will help Lexington put together its next comprehensive plan, a land use plan that helps guide the future development of the city, and whereas On the Table offers all Lexington residents an opportunity to play a vital part in creating Lexington's vibrant culture. Now, therefore, I, Jim Gray, as mayor of Lexington, do hereby celebrate On the Table and congratulate the Bluegrass Community Foundation for its many contributions to our city. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Mayor.
For more information about the On the Table initiative, you can visit bgcf.org/onthetable. While Lexington's downtown is always the place to be, and there are good things happening this week too. Here's what's going on.
Are you looking for things to do this week in downtown Lexington? This Tuesday at Hopcat is the Rheingeist Beer Dinner, featuring delicious food paired with beers from Rheingeist. For tickets and more information, visit facebook.com/Hopcat Lexington. Then on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Grand Reserve, the Kentucky Conservatory Theater presents Dreamgirls starting at 7. For tickets and more information, visit mykct.org. This Friday at Willie's, locally known, the band Girls, Guns, and Glory will be performing at 9 p.m. For more information, visit willieslocallyknown.com. On Saturday and Sunday at the Lexington Children's Theater has the production of Cows Don't Fly and other known facts at various times. For tickets and more information, visit lctonstage.org. Then Sunday at the Lexington Lyric Theater's the 3rd Annual Lexington Music Awards starting at 6 p.m. For tickets and more information, visit lexingtonlyric.com. If you're looking for something to do, downtown Lexington has it all. Visit downtownlex.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
The Lexington Police Department has an office designed to give a helping hand to victims of violence and abuse, and it's available to all who have been the victim of a personal crime. Here's more information.
I know it's a very traumatic thing that you've been through, and I want to make sure that you know that there are people out there that will help you.
Melinda Weathers is a victim's advocate for the Lexington Division of Police. She and 2 others help victims whose lives have been affected by abuse.
We handle primarily domestic violence and sexual assault cases. We are expanding the program and starting to do a little bit more with elder abuse and vulnerable adults. When the police are called to a scene of either domestic violence or sexual assault, a report is taken. We get that report, and we initially make phone contact with the victims. So basically what that looks like is we'll call them up and just say, I got this report, just wanted to check on you and see how you're doing and see what kind of services they might need. A lot of people don't even realize that there are any services available. They're just like, the police are gone now and I don't know what to do.
The advocates can also meet with the victims one-on-one to provide aid and share resource information. Some resources are outside of the Division of Police.
We work a lot with our community partners like the Sheriff's Office to get them protective orders filed, the county attorney if there's criminal charges that are going to come with the case, the shelter, Greenhouse 17, if they need a safe place to stay. So just a lot of different community agencies coming together to help these victims.
Advocate Letitia Hagerman says each case is unique, and so must her approach be to helping.
Wherever they are in their crisis, we just do our best to empathize with them and put ourselves there, and we offer whatever resources are available given their situation.
That includes helping victims who don't speak English.
Special Victim Section, this is Letitia.
We do utilize a service, it's called the Language Line. So what we do, if we get a report and it looks like that person needed an interpreter at the scene, before we call them, we hook up with the Language Line and they make the call, and we have a conversation through an interpreter about what resources are available.
In addition to helping victims personally, they also help them to understand the criminal process. Many victims' abusers have been arrested and are facing prosecution. Understanding these procedures can be tough.
These are new words for people. They're like, what's a preliminary hearing? What's a pretrial? What's the grand jury? So we try to get in there as soon as we can and start explaining that to them.
Advocate Weather says she and her two partners can be viewed as tour guides of the system. From getting information about a victim situation from detectives who are handling the criminal case to finding resources to help victims and their families, the advocates are on the job.
Yes.
For more information about the Lexington Police Department and the services it offers, you can log on to the city's website. It's lexingtonky.gov. And coming up after the break, it's been more like spring, but just in case it does snow, we've got a plan.
Welcome to Your Health, starring Your Hands. On today's show, washing your hands. If people don't wash their hands often, especially when they're sick, they can spread germs directly to other people or onto surfaces that others touch. And before you know it, everyone has come down with something. It's important to wash your hands frequently with good soapy water. Here's some hand washing tips. Wash your hands after using the bathroom. Wash your hands after coughing or blowing your nose. Wash your hands before eating, serving, or preparing food. Wash your hands after playing with your pets or touching other animals. Wash your hands after outdoor activities. Wash your hands before and after visiting someone who's sick. Wash your hands when they get dirty. And wash your hands after changing those diapers. Thanks for watching Your Health, and remember, wash those hands frequently.
Hello, I'm Detective Mark Thomas with the Lexington Police Department. You may also know me from Bluegrass Crime Stoppers. I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about a new texting system that we have available through any smartphone. In the body of your message, you can text LexPD plus your tip to crimes. When you're submitting anonymous information, we ask that you include several things that would help us conduct the investigations more thoroughly, such as a person's name, their home address, possible license plate numbers, any other people involved, or why you think that they're conducting the type of activity that you believe that they are. All of those things, no matter how small you believe they could be, are relevant to the investigation. So please include those. So remember, you can send your anonymous tip information either through text, you can call the Bluegrass Crime Stoppers anonymous tip line at 859-253-2020, or you can go online to bluegrasscrimestoppers.com. Thank you.
This message is brought to you by the U.S. Fire Administration. Have 2 ways out. When fire strikes, deadly smoke can fill your home within minutes. That's why the USFA wants you to plan and practice home fire drills. Draw a map of each level of your home showing all doors and windows. Discuss the map with everyone who lives with you. Practice your home fire drill at least twice a year. Make sure all doors and windows that lead outside open easily. Push the smoke alarm button to start the drill. Try feeling your way in the dark or with your eyes closed. Have at least 2 ways out of every room. If your first way out is blocked by fire or smoke, you can use your second way out. If there is smoke, get low and go. Crawl quickly under the smoke to your nearest exit. Close doors behind you and gather at a pre-planned outside meeting place where first responders can see you. Call 911. Remember, get out and stay out. Never go back inside for people, pets, or things. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Welcome back to the show. Well, it seems more like spring than winter, but it actually is still January, which means there's a good chance that we could see snow and ice. But not to worry, Lexington has a plan to keep us all safe on the roads when snow and ice strike.
Please help us help you. Hi, I'm Catherine Minton. The objective of the Department of Environmental Quality and Public Works Snow and Ice Control Plan is to provide winter roadway safety to you, the traveling public, in the most reasonable, efficient, and effective manner. We're requesting your help during snow and ice removal operations and ask that you follow these simple suggestions. Please limit travel during storms to trips that are necessary. Once roads have been plowed and salted, the potential for accidents is greatly reduced. Please park your vehicles in your driveways and off the road. If you must park on the street, try to park on one side of the street only. Parked cars hinder the speed and efficiency of our snow removal operation. Parking bans may be in effect. Vehicles may only be parked in authorized areas. Vehicles parked in unauthorized areas may be towed. Snow plans are designed to remove snow from the roadway to the edge of the road. It is likely that the plow will leave behind a window of snow in front of your driveway. Residents are responsible for removing this snow. It is against the law to plow snow from your driveways and walkways into the road. Please pile the snow in your yard. Remember, you are also responsible for your snow removal contractor's actions. When snow plows are used during snowfalls, the initial pass of the snowplow is made to open the road for traffic flow. The following passes will push the snow to the curb line or road edge. This is necessary in order to allow for the drainage of melting snow into catch basins and to allow more space to plow future snow accumulations. To avoid salt hitting your vehicle while driving, move away from the center of the road when you see a salt truck approaching from the opposite direction. Salt trucks are designed to deposit more salt near the center of the road as the salt works its way to the road edge as traffic runs over it. Please try to stay back approximately 200 feet from the rear of a truck while it's deploying the material. To ensure that your mailbox is not damaged during snow plowing operations, your mailbox must be 42 inches above the ground and the front face of your mailbox door must be no less than 10 inches from the front face of the curb or road edge. Remove your portable basketball hoop from the street and place it on your property. LFUCG is not responsible for damages to the equipment. When calling the Public Works Department, please keep messages simple and direct. Be certain to state your name, phone number, the problems you are calling about, and its location. We can be reached by contacting LexCall at 311. Please keep sidewalks clear and adopt a fire hydrant if it is located near your house. Residents are asked to clear their sidewalks within 24 hours after a snow and ice event. The hydrant is there for your protection, and it may be several days after a storm before they can be cleared. By following these recommendations, you will be assisting us in providing you with safe and efficient snow removal operations. As always, for more information, please visit our website at lexingtonky.gov or call LexCall at 311. I'm Catherine Minton, and thanks for watching.
And despite the fact that we haven't seen sub-zero temperatures, it's still cold enough out there to get sick or to even be dangerously cold. Here's some more information that you can use to stay safe and warm when temperatures plummet.
Like it or not, winter is upon us, and it often brings hazards like snow and ice. But there is another danger that is not as frequently addressed, and that is the cold. During especially cold weather, it is best to stay indoors, but if you must venture out, here are some guidelines you should follow to stay safe. Dress warmly in layered clothing, including a hat, a scarf, or knit mask to cover your face and mouth, sleeves that are snug at the wrist, mittens, a water-resistant coat, and water-resistant boots. Avoid exertion, as cold weather puts an extra strain on the heart. Those with heart disease or high blood pressure should follow their doctor's advice about shoveling snow or performing other activities in the cold. When outside, avoid walking on ice, and keep your steps and walkways as free of snow and ice as possible. Be on the lookout for signs of hypothermia and frostbite, two common cold weather-related health problems. Warning signs of hypothermia, which is an abnormally low body temperature, include shivering, exhaustion, confusion, fumbling hands, memory loss, slurred speech, and drowsiness. If you detect symptoms of hypothermia, seek medical care immediately. Get the victim into a warm room and remove any wet clothing. Warm the center of the body first with an electric blanket if available. Otherwise, use skin-to-skin contact under loose, dry layers of blankets, clothes, towels, or sheets. Warm beverages can help increase the body temperature, but do not use alcoholic beverages. Warning signs of frostbite or an injury to the body caused by freezing include redness or pain in any skin area, white or grayish-yellow skin, skin that feels unusually firm or waxy, and numbness. If you detect symptoms of frostbite, seek medical care immediately. Get the victim into a warm room and immerse the affected area in warm, not hot, water. Do not rub the frostbitten area with snow or massage it, as this can cause more damage. Do not use a heating pad, heat lamp, or the heat of a stove, fireplace, or radiator for warming, as the frostbitten areas are numb and can be easily burned. These procedures are not substitutes for medical care, and all emergencies should be reported to a physician or healthcare provider. If you follow these simple rules and exercise caution, you can weather the worst winter has to offer and come out healthy on the other side when the warm breezes of spring start to blow.
And while you're working to keep yourself warm, don't forget about the other members of your family. I'm talking about your pets. That's because people aren't the only ones affected by cold weather and its associated dangers. Animal Care and Control has some tips on how we can help keep our pets safe.
It's cold outside.
I'm Officer Timothy Brown, the Public Information Officer for Lexington Fed Animal Care and Control. And today we wanted to show you exactly what it is because we do have the cold winter months coming up. So we want to show you the proper way to care for your animal if you're going to be leaving them outside. Because most people consider pets, part of their family. So, we would recommend you bring it in at all costs. But there are certain situations and breeds that people might want to leave their animals outside. So in this situation, this is exactly where we're going to show you the proper way to leave them outside. Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to check to make sure the dog has food and water. All animals in Fayette County have to make sure you have fresh water provided for them at all times. So this is a fresh bowl of water. If it freezes over or something like that, then we have to make sure that we actually remove any frozen water and provide the fresh water for them. We got some food as well, just to make sure that the animal has its nutrition. Then if we go over here towards the shelter, this is a proper shelter because it consists of 4 walls. It consists of a roof and a floor on it as well. And then inside, we're going to make sure that it has the straw, hay, or wood shavings. And as you can see, this has, the straw. So, and then you want to make sure that you provide a good type of shade for the animal. So a tree, the side of a house, or something like that, where it's well constructed and it's keeping the elements away from the animal, rain, thunderstorm, anything like that. That's what we want to make sure that we are trying to eliminate those type of risks from the animal. And this is it. And then pretty much we've got a good surrounding so that just in case it does rain, there is no mud creating around the animal's housing. So this is the exactly type of shelter that the outside environment that we would, recommend every person who's going to be leaving their animal outside to be in. We try to refrain from removing animals on the first time because we definitely want to educate. That is our main focus, is to educate the people and let them know that this is the wrong thing, and so then we're going to try to do a corrective action, which would consist of a recheck. So an officer would come out, if we feel that it is not the proper way to leave an animal outside, we're going to address the issue while we're there, and we're going to educate them and let them know that this is not correct, and then we're going to do a recheck. And the recheck would consist of, if it's, it just depends on the situation. If it's a dire need where we need to go ahead and remove the animal, sometimes we might have to make that decision with prior approval to remove the animal. All this information is on our website, which is www.lfacc.org. As well, all the city ordinances are on the government website. You can call us at 859-255-9033.
We've got a lot going on in the urban county government this week. It kicks off with the mayor's State of the City address on Tuesday. We also have the Environmental Quality and Public Works Committee and the council work session also on Tuesday. The Planning Commission meeting on Thursday and the Board of Adjustment meeting on Friday. Like I said, we're busy, but you can watch all of these meetings live on GTV3 or streaming on our website, or you can watch any archive meeting and find a complete calendar of meetings and events at lexingtonky.gov. Well, that is all for this week's edition of Lexington Now. We'll return next week with more news from your urban county government. But in the meantime, you can keep up with what we're doing by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can also get news about traffic delays in real time by following us on Twitter. Our handle is @LexRex. Or if you'd like to see exactly what's going on, you can get a look at our live interactive cameras on our website, lexingtonky.gov. For the staff and producers at GTV3, I'm Sherelle Roberts, and that's it for now.
The preceding program was produced through the facilities of GTV3.